best way to get something done, if it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to, anyway.
Siis mä oon legit kattonut jotain Bidenin juttuja. Broidi luovutti. Siis...
Anyway.
Bidenin juttuja. Siis mitä helvettiä? Venä. Mikä se on? Biden mental.
Joe Biden sat down for an extremely rare interview last night with CBS News, and he was asked directly to his face, are you mentally fit to be president? His answer was such a train wreck, we had to add a bouncing ball to the text so that you could follow along. Watch this and be terrified.
Some people ask whether you are fit for the job.
Watch me. You know, I don't, when I sit down with our NATO allies and keep them together, I don't have them saying, wait a minute, how old are you? What is that? You know, I mean, it's a matter of, you know, that old expression, the proof of the pudding's in the eating. I mean,
how would you say your mental focus is?
Oh, it's focused. I think it's, I haven't, look, I have trouble even mentioning, even saying to myself, my own head, the number of years. I no more think of myself as being as old as I am than fly. I mean, it's just not,
Biden. Mikä se on joku Biden forgets?
Well, Rita, we're here in and say I don't know where.
Tai jotenkin mä oon kattonut jotain näitä.
chocolate chip.
Oh, yeah. Chocolate chip. What is your message to Republicans who are prepared to block the January?
Jotenkin hahmo. 3x1. 2. 3. Jotenkin. Nukahtaa taa. Jäi.
North Carolina announced its $100 incentive today. Places that have offered the $100,000, that'd be really good. I'd go back and get vaccinated 3 times. But all kidding aside, offered the $100 to get vaccination, have seen an uptick of 25% in a daily vaccination rates. She's also dedicated to getting her customers and employees vaccinated, that when they leave the saloon, the receptionist, the salon, they're maybe going to a saloon, I don't know. I caught part of President Putin's press conference, and he talked about the need for us to be able to have some kind of modus operandi where we dealt with making sure the Arctic was in fact a free zone.
Is a Taliban takeover of...
Vittu, nää ei ole niitä pahimpia, mutta siis mä oon nähnyt niitä jotain ja mä oon ollut silleen, että mitä helvettiä oikeesti. Tuolta ei oo mitään äijä.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word: I was in the foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping, traveling with him. I guess we traveled 17,000 miles when I was vice president. I don't know that for a fact. And
Velaku, mitä ne on, mitä ne on ne jotain, ne pahimmat, tiedätkö, setit? Se tyyli sanoo jotain oikeesti siis silleen niinku ihan, siis silleen niinku, että on se vähän semmonen fiilis, että ei pysty. No tai noit sen puheet.
but guess what? We got a lot to do. You gotta say hi to me. We go back a long way. She was 12, I was 30, but anyway, this woman helped me get an awful lot done.
What the hell are you talking about?
Jep. Biden moments. Worst moments.
Because you can't build a wall high enough to keep out a vaccine. The vaccine can stop the spread of these diseases. If you
Mitä?
Because you can't build a wall high enough to keep out a vaccine. The vaccine can stop the spread of these diseases. If it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to, anyway.
Jotenkin.
Mr. Vice President. And to get hot, I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. We hold these
Siis mitä vittua?
that turn blonde in the sun. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing. So you go ahead and you stack spaghetti sauce at a store and in a supermarket. You control the guy or the woman who brings out the carts on a forklift. What happened? You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. I'm not joking. We choose science over fiction. We choose truth over facts. What a stupid son of a bitch. Justice, sorry as a bug. Speaking of the environment. That we deal with WHO the right way. That in fact, that's when things began to change. We need to work again with Canada and Mexico as neighbors, not as adversaries. I looked at it anyway. That's what I think my plan. I know what my plan does. Estimated 200 million people have died, probably by the time I finish this talk. That's why I've made it a priority my entire career to work closely with you. From the time I got to the Senate 180 years ago, as well as my tenure as vice president. Unnecessarily, now we have over 120 million dead from COVID. Hey, everyone. I'm Joe Biden's husband. Well, you should vote for Trump. You should vote for Trump. Come on, man. How many push-ups you want to do here? China is going to eat our lunch? Come on, man. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. I got them $1.9 trillion in relief so far.
Workers that are gun enthusiasts, and you are actively trying to diminish our Second Amendment right and take away our guns.
You're full of shit.
All right, thank you.
No, shush. because we cannot get reelect. We cannot win this reelection. Excuse me, we can only reelect Donald Trump. We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics. Why, you're getting nervous, man. He gave me permission to touch him. By the way, this is my little sister, Valerie, and I'm Jill's husband. Oh, no, this is oh, you switched on me. From 15 to 45 billion a year. Give every single teacher a raise to the equal raise of getting out the $60,000 level.
Siis nää ei edes oo silleen niinku pahimpia. Tiedätkö silleen, että toi on mun mielestä aika pelottavaa. Mä oon nähnyt niitä jotain klippejä, tiedätkö, missä se puhuu jotain ihan vittu, tiedätkö, jotain, tiedätkö, silleen. Että on vaan silleen niinku, että mitä? Ja sit silleen pressa tohon noin. Tää on jotenkin pelottavaa. Eikä se niin diipaa.
Mr. President, thank you. At the end of such a momentous event, the word thank you seems kind of inadequate. But for all the millions whose lives will be saved, for the communities where life will be transformed, thank you. So thank you, President Biden, for your outstanding...
Let's see what the leader of the free world has been up to lately. Poor old Joe has tested positive to COVID again and has restarted his isolation period. We wish him a speedy recovery, of course, but between his two bouts of COVID, he did emerge to make a quintessentially Biden statement.
I started thinking about it, just as somebody who's raised a middle-class kid. 1 year, even though you didn't have the job you have now, even though you didn't get a raise that year, the difference between having a job, having a 5% raise or whatever, 3, 5, 7, whatever it happens to be, in the face of inflation, price of the pump, although that's down every day so far, but, it's like, whoa, I feel worse off. But then again, I didn't get a check for $8,000 from the government. They just, among other things. Does that make any sense to...
No ei tääkään nyt. Jotenkin. En mä löydä niitä.
America. God bless you all.
Kallu.
God bless.
Kallu, kiitos paljon 12 kuukauden subista. Kaikkea hyvää Kallulle. Thank you very much.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was in the foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping. America.
Huh. Being chilling. Jotenkin, miksei löydy?
Thank you for welcoming us here today, and Secretary Cardona and Mayor Bowser and Chancellor Fairby. Thank you for joining us as well. And for families across the country, thank you for welcoming us here today.
Hand is off. Jotenkin vittu. Siis lähti jotenkin. Mitä helvettiä? Jotenkin. Ei jumalauta. Ei jumalauta.
The 200 million, the 200,000, there, how many of those, the 200 million, the 200,000, there, how many of those have survived?
It's not on the ballot.
It's on the ballot in the court.
I don't think so.
Excuse me, Medicaid. We were insisting that the Chinese, the people we had on the ground, and he then did nothing. He waited and waited and waited, fighting all the protective gear possible. We should be providing the money, the house, and get in your golf course and go in the Oval Office. Every serious.
No ei tääkään nyt jotenkin.
I want to be clear, I'm not going nuts. The president has a big stick. We choose truth over facts. Check my shape on. Let's do push-ups together, man. Let's run. Let's do whatever you want to do.
Ei mut en mä tiedä. Jossain vaiheessa mulla tuli vaan vastaan jotain, että sä paljon vähän silleen, että mitä helvettiä tyyppisesti.